Okay, so we'll start off with our chords. First of all, we have D. Then we had our new chord, which is called C add 9. Sounds like that. And then we have our final chord, G.
Now do them again and talk where your fingers go.
That's where I'm going to go next.
Okay.
Alright, so the D, you have the third finger on the third fret of the B, the second finger on the second fret of the E, and the first finger on the second fret of the G. Now you want to remember to keep your fingers coming in at an angle. Okay, whenever you're playing, you got to find out what is going to work for you, but if you watch most players, they come in at an angle. So the wrist is down, there's a lot of space here, thumb is up on the second fret, not touching any strings, just kind of resting on the side of the fretboard there, coming in at an angle. These joints, all right here, right above the fingernail, are all bent. So we start on the D string, we strum through. Now when we move to the C add 9, the second finger is going to be placed on the third fret of the A. The first finger is going to be placed on the second fret of the D. The G is going to be open. Third finger is where it was on the D, third fret of the B. And the pinky is going to be right behind that on the third fret of the E. And it sounds like that. Now, this first finger here, that's an optional note. If you can't make that sound good, then just take it out and still strum down like that. The last chord, G, all we're going to do is simply take these first two fingers and move them up one string each. So now the second finger is on the third fret of the E. The first finger is on the second fret of the A. I'm on the third fret of the B with my third finger, and then again with the third fret of the E on the last string. We strum down like that. So the object is to play on beat 1 and the and of beat 2. That was called an eighth note. So a quarter note would be counted 1, 2, 3, 4. An eighth note would be counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're going to strum each chord on the 1 and the and of 2 like this. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 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 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay, we'll go from there. So at the end of that, once you've gotten to the end of the journey, it's going to sound something like. It'll be something like that.
So you're doing it on 1 and the eighth, and then you're doing it again on 1 and the eighth, and then you're going to the next chord.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. More importantly, it's you want to get the sound of the chord down, right? That's right now is where you want to head, and then we'll worry about putting that together once all those are really in place. So now for Smoke on the Water, we're going to add in a second note, which is going to create something called a power chord. Building block in rock and roll music. So we have the third fret of the top string, and then we're going to have our third finger pressed down on the fifth fret of the A string. So as you can see, there's going to be a space in between, a fret in between. This finger's not doing anything. I just have it tucked in there. So you're only hitting the top two notes, third fret of the E and the fifth fret of the A, pressed down together. So we're going to take that shape and we're going to move to the sixth fret and the eighth fret, okay? Now if you notice when I move, my hand moves as one, right? I'm not here and then lifting like that. I'm not here and then moving like this. I move my hand as one. My whole arm moves. If you watch from back here, everything moves as one. So we're going to go. Okay, so it's the same dynamics as that. All you're doing is adding an extra note. So make sure that that's ringing out clearly.